Hello, and very happy to see you again on my channel. Tonight, we give you a piece of breaking news. Prince Harry cheerleader Liza Minnelli exposes Meghan's media cunning. So Liza Minnelli has made a public statement to the effect that the media stories claiming she helped Prince Harry find his feet in Los Angeles are a fabrication. This should surprise no one. When it comes to much of what surrounds Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, there is a lot that simply isn't true. In this instance, as is usually the case, the British media is getting slammed. Back to yesterday, Minnelli took to Twitter to address the media reports, claiming, "While I wish them well, I have never met Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Any statement to the contrary is a complete fabrication." This tweet was shared by, among others, Omid Scobie. You know, the supposed writer of the upcoming Meghan Markle and Prince Harry tell-all book? Yeah, I got a laugh out of that as well. The problem here is that while everyone is blasting the British tabloid source, no one asks where they got this information from. Clearly, Harry and Meghan Markle have many friends who leak information on behalf of the couple. The Sun, who ran the story, didn't just make up this link between Prince Harry and Liza Minnelli. They were provided the information by a friend of both Harry and Meghan. Before that, the friend in question commented to The Sun, "Harry has found the transition from the UK to Los Angeles very challenging at times, and the lockdown hasn't helped him establish himself yet. Liza reached out because she was close to Diana and offered her support. She's been dealing with paparazzi for years now and knows the fame game. Obviously, Meghan comes from a theatrical background too, so it's been great for the three of them." That friend managed to wedge in a mention of Meghan Markle and her theatrical background, which is hilariously mentioned alongside that of Liza Minnelli. It tells us what we need to know about which social circles this friend moves in. Clearly, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been playing this game for a long time. As has been highlighted over the past year or so, Meghan Markle has relied upon her disgraced bully of a friend, Jessica Mulroney, to help influence the media narrative when it comes to Meghan and her brand. The many friends and sources who leak information to the media are acting similarly. The Sun, for all its faults, isn't going to just pluck a story about Liza Minnelli and Prince Harry out of thin air. Clemmy Moody, the author of the piece, published an exclusive article claiming that Omid Scobie's new tell-all book would show that leaving the royal family was down to Prince Harry and not Meghan Markle. The source of this information? A publishing insider. I have my suspicions about who that insider was, but I'll leave you to make up your own minds on that. So, are we to assume that the journalist's sources for the book-related article were good, while the sources for the piece on Prince Harry and Liza Minnelli are bad? It doesn't work that way, I'm afraid. Either way, the truth is, whichever way these leaked source stories work out, both Meghan Markle and Prince Harry win. The primary objective is keeping the couple in the spotlight, preferably linked with a celebrity name that will offer credibility. Often, someone like Liza Minnelli won't even read the piece in question, which means Prince Harry and Meghan gain from the association with a celebrity on her level. The story passes without incident and accomplishes what it intended. And if Liza Minnelli does call out the link as being false, well, it's the media's fault, of course. They're just printing more lies about poor Harry and Meghan. Meanwhile, the friend and source are conveniently forgotten about, free to leak information to the next tabloid when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle need another jolt of publicity from the media they claim to hate so much. Indeed, I think Meghan's PR people, and others on the American side of the pond, led her to believe the world would be her oyster now that she was Her Royal Highness the Duchess. PR people, after all, have an eye for the main chance. I know because at one time I was one, and that is what they do. Put COVID aside for a moment and imagine Harry and Meghan had settled in Hollywood in a rented house and set about promoting themselves, aided by Sunshine Sacks or whatever, without any encumbrances at all. From all I have read, Meghan already had a reputation for being tricky, diva-ish, and demanding. Not a good springboard from which to launch a second career. Suits was a nice little earner for her, but she was far from Hollywood filming that series and was already and also ran in Tinseltown. She had failed to make it big at any time in her career to date, and was unlikely to ever make it as successful leading actress. You also need to add to this the way Meghan behaved in the 2 years since her wedding. The fact they were asked to leave their first public engagement as a married couple, from the 70th birthday garden party of the Prince of Wales, would soon be common knowledge. That for every positive step Meghan took, there was a negative, helping the survivors of the Grenfell disaster and then writing slogans on bananas, a comparatively successful trip to South Africa, and then the complaints she wasn't thriving. So not an easy person to deal with, nor apparently a very charming, thoughtful, helpful, or perceptive one either.
Hello, my friends, I am here again in this video. I want to express my previous beliefs. Everyone's life has the right to choose their own way of life, but above all must be appropriate with community standards. But among those who do that, there are still a lot of people who break the rules they set before. They have a towering ego, not to say far off. I believe you also know who I am referring to. Today is probably a beautiful day in my skies. I wish in this world the earliest fit for human beings, so as to be above all without harsh words of criticism, to be above all excellent. Good things come to them more. But that's just my wish.
So Harry and Meghan would have arrived in Hollywood to much PR fanfare. There may well have been a big launch party, get to know the coupling type of thing, to which would have been invited all the great and good stars, directors, and others who could prove useful in their careers. Not saying here that they would all have gone, because some may well have continued to avoid Meghan because of her reputation and actually a past. Picture the scene: Meghan gripping Harry's arm, hand, both, not allowing him the freedom to talk to anyone else, and completely dominating any conversation. She believed she was the star and everyone had to come see her, and as a result, the contracts would be pouring in. In fact, everyone was there to meet Harry, a real royal, and a happy and smiling charmer who would have been top of people's guest list. But Meghan wouldn't let him go and circulate. Meghan would have got some sofa interviews. I've seen one, and I don't think she came over very well at all. Meghan Markle TV chat shows interview, Meghan Markle Queen Elizabeth's daughter-in-law, video, Daily Motion, and some red carpet events by her own admission, not all with Harry. But if she isn't being offered huge roles in mega films, what else is there for her to do that could earn her the fortune she apparently craves? She may have got some speaking engagements, but her thoughts seem to be limited. 125 Meghan Markle quotes, inspirational quotes at Brainy Quote, and she appears to plagiarize other people all the time, including using some quotes from Suits. Harry would have had a few speaking engagements, but again, apart from life as a royal, life in the army, his mother, and mental issues, his experience is limited. But he could always get large amounts of appearance money to attend parties and the Oscars and so on. But where I'm bewildered by all these shenanigans by the couple is what is so wonderfully different living this life of freedom to living as part of the royal family in the UK. As a royal, no money worries, no security concerns, all paid for, taking part in events that Meghan would enjoy, film premieres for instance, living a safe, private life away from prying eyes most of the time. Think William and Kate. Yes, they will have daily duties like working with their charities, diaries, and so on. But other than that, who knows what they get up to when they are not in the public view? Every public occasion Harry and Meghan would be involved in would be beneficial to someone, even if it was only having a cup of tea in a care home. If one event is boring, there will be others that are of interest and fun to be at. They could have built a reputation for philanthropy in their work, raising money for Harry's and Meghan's charities, but they wouldn't have been able to gain financially themselves from this, so all money raised would go to their charities. Now they, for that, read Meghan, must be hustling for work, concerned about their future. Apparently they are bothered by drones. Their presence is upsetting the neighbors. Rumors that Tyler wants them out. But they've nowhere else to go, huge costs for security and no money coming in at all. And, as of March next year, Prince Charles may decide enough is enough and turn off much of the money tap. And when that happens, are they going to return to the UK with their tails between their legs? Is Harry going to return on his own? In which case, what about Archie? The whole thing is a dire mess, and I, for one, cannot imagine how it will play out in the end. There are two rumors about what went on. One is recorded by a Corin who attended the event. While he didn't witness it, word went among the guests that Meghan stuck her tongue out at Camilla, and there are definitely photos of Meghan there at the party with her tongue sticking out. The other rumor, and one which is apparently in Lady Colin Campbell's book, is that after circulating for about 20 minutes, Meghan told Harry she was bored and wanted to leave. Harry said no, this was what they did and they couldn't go. A bit later on, Meghan asked to leave because she was bored, and one of the comments was overheard either by guests or courtiers and reported, and Harry was asked to take her away. Either way, her behavior was appalling, and I don't believe even the most ardent fan could condone either what she did or what she said. But it just emphasizes the fact that Meghan is not an easy person to deal with, and I think even if she managed to get some financially lucrative events under her belt, because of her attitude, her star would have fallen very, very fast. And you? What do you think about Meghan's PR? Please let me know in the comment section so we can discuss. If you loved my video and my channel, remember to like and share for anyone you think would be interested. And subscribe to my channel to get more news from the royal family, please. No? Goodbye and see you in the next videos.